Welcome back here to the Loopet Pro Series season number 7. We have made it to the full distance of today. 8 games being played. NoPing have to be exhausted. This is so difficult to do for any professional team. They managed to start out this series strong, going 2-0 to start it, but a potential reverse sweep here from Undying as they have tied it up. Neph, this is so sick.
It's sick, but on the side of Undying, got to be a little bit happy. You think exhaustion is probably starting to get the way of NoPing. Anyone tuning in right now, I did talk to Oscar briefly when we started the day. He said he'd rather be in the beach. Unfortunately, I spent the entire day playing these series to the maximum amount of games, and unfortunately, we're going to see a lot of the same here on this last game. They banned out these zoo heroes here, the Beastmaster and the Lycan on the side of NoPing, and they banned out the Omni Knight again here on Undying. They don't want to give that one up. Now, I was talking about the lack of the save being a big part of why Dark Mago ended up going down again and again in the mid lane. It looks like they responded to that one picking up an Abaddon on their side, but starting with the Keeper of the Light. Now, you got no stun to begin this draft, and you've potentially given away your position 5 and 4 here.
Yes, unless we are going to see the infamous mid lane coddle, which we saw Brile attempt earlier today.
But did it work?
Work is a complicated word, Neph. I mean, it's just
4 letters.
Let's just say
single syllable.
They didn't win. Like single syllable, 4 letters. Come on, man. You can't do that to me. That's jeez. Yeah, no, they didn't win with it. It was pretty funny to watch, though, for sure.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, I can't imagine that this is going to be a mid lane Keeper of the Light. You got a Void Spirit already picked up here for Undying, almost guaranteed to be Brile's hero. You got Mirana for Moon. You got great arrows set up between these. So if this is a core coddle, this Void Spirit will make your life miserable. So it has to be a support.
Yeah.
It is done.
In all likelihood, it is going to be. On the other side, they banned out the Sand King. They just don't want to deal with that one. They get rid of the Morphling. They don't want to deal with Tomato on that one. The Shadow Demon as well. Something that's potentially going to save. Dubu is an absolute monster on that hero too, so taking that one out makes sense. But I am concerned about the lack of stun here on NoPing. Undying, they get rid of Tiny, the Dark Mago's specialty. No Quarry to settle today. And Medusa, the last ban. Probably something else we played in the mid lane. They get rid of the Ember Spirit, not something they want to play against, it looks like. And they take the Ancient Apparition, who got a pretty heavy nerf.
It is a pretty heavy nerf, right? It is. The earlier nerf onto Ice Blast. But the idea here is you know what? I hadn't considered this. What if it is position 1 Abaddon? And now they force it into support as a result.
Now, that is a South American specialty. K1 Hector specifically. They could be trying to bait them out with that one, but the Ancient Apparition does make that one a little bit more difficult.
And I mean,
you don't have...
Pandabu's been playing Abaddon most of the tournament, right? Like, it has been probably his most played hero of the tournament. He has owned on it. And another Mars pick going the way of NoPing. I mean, they've now picked this hero 6 times today. 6 times today. They are 4-2 with it. So, I mean, it is a winning record for sure. So, they're going to go back to what they know they are successful with.
This feels like the Andy Major all over again. 5 games of Storm Spirit. What can you do?
Yeah, that was not fun.
Was that the Singapore Major? I'm getting all mixed up here. All right, back to on topic of this game, though. Minute and 30 seconds of reserve time left. You don't know what you're playing into necessarily here. They haven't given away too much of their draft, but they've given away a lot of yours. If you plan on playing this at bad in position 1, which is an excellent point that you just made, they're going to know that they're playing into that one. They're going to know when they pick up this next hero here. I think you need something with a little bit more setup for your Spear of Mars stun. I mean, they've had that issue in game number 3, where they just didn't have enough lockdown and they couldn't deal with the morphing. So Luna was thinking about picking up a cheap stick, but never ended up getting it. They just had, I think, Lucent Beam and Spear of Mars to work with. So something to set up for your Spear of Mars. Like, yes, it's great that it has 11-second cooldown in the current patch, but you need something instant to get on top of this Void Spirit, or else Brile's just going to run a train on your team again, right?
It starts to feel that way, and then go
That's-
for the Templar Assassin. Okay. So, could be safe lane for Angel, right? It could be a safe lane hero. It could be a mid lane Dark Mago hero. He could be taking the Mars mid lane. So you do have some flexibility still in the draft here, which is really nice. And it is good against the Ancient Apparition. One of the carries that isn't as heavily punished because you have Refraction to block a lot of that damage. So that is a really smart pick. I like this one a lot. But this hero did take some good nerfs. And rightfully so. This hero is really strong.
Yeah. I think people just didn't like Templar Assassin girl bossing it, to be honest, but you know, it's whatever. The side blades being the biggest one, being a little bit more difficult to clear out ancient creeps and whatnot. It's a lot slower. It does less damage than before. It doesn't go quite as far. The damage, spill damage reduced with each jump by 10%, right? That's what one of the major changes were.
Is it 10% or 5%? I think it's 5% per unit hit. The damage
Okay.
decreases.
I've got the exact number on that one. 5% sounds a little bit more fair. It would kind of suck if it was as much as Power Shot is going through each unit. But minute and 20 seconds left here on Undying. You're playing into a Templar Assassin. You've already given away both your supports. I feel like more lockdown on your side is going to be good. You could go for hard carry Razor here, in fact. That wouldn't be awful. It does play pretty good against the Templar Assassin.
That would be a good pick.
Yeah.
Razor here is actually really sick. There's not a lot of lockdown.
Not a lot of lockdown. It's decent against the Abaddon and the Mars as well. We see it run against the Templar Assassins as a counter pretty often. I think people have kind of... it was getting a little popular for a while during the qualifiers to TI, but it kind of fallen off in pubs and whatnot after that. But I woundi be surprised to see Moonmeander pick it up here. I think the Darkseer instead.
It's a good Darkseer pick. It's a really good Darkseer pick. It's just so rough for TA. I mean, you just can't play, right? Like your Ion Shell just instantly pops Refraction pretty much every fight. So the TA now that much more susceptible to Ancient Apparition's Ice Blast. They're gonna go ahead and ban the Wraith King. I'm assuming we'll probably see. Man, it's such a mystery with NoPing. Anytime this Mars is in the pool, because you're like, it could be Oscar, it could be Dark Mago, and you don't really know. So they're gonna be safe. Ban the Kunkka here, which is really strong against the Darkseer, right? You can't really get away with Surge.
No, you just end up pulling him right back in, and it gives your AoE disable the team fight. We talked about them needing a little bit more of that. Torrent Storm would do the trick. Boats would do the trick. I think another hero from mid lane with the mid lane that can run the Templar Assassin to the safe lane. Puck is a hero that they could run, but that one was nerfed pretty heavily. It would give you lockdown to deal with this Void Spirit, though. They get rid of the Faceless Void themselves. I thought that they might end up taking it here on NoPing, because it does give them this big AoE control ability. I think that they're going to lack lockdown on this Void Spirit, though, if they don't take something like the Puck in the mid. I don't know how they solve all their problems here.
10 seconds.
I mean, Puck feels so bad, right?
5 seconds.
I mean, the fact that it doesn't have that initial stun anymore does a bit less damage than it used to. His phase shift doesn't last as long. It's much harder to dodge things out because that one ended up increasing the cooldown by 0.5 seconds, which doesn't sound like much, but you know, the amount of invulnerability time has gone down significantly when you get rid of that.
And Void Spirit is one of the known counters to the Puck too, right? It's just like anytime you want to try and get out, phase shift is not safe anymore. So
yep.
Go ahead and ban out the Invoker. A solid pick there for sure.
Dark Mago does like that one. So a lot of his specialty heroes have been banned out. He doesn't get to play Invoker. He doesn't get to play Tiny. He doesn't get to play Kunkka. I mean, maybe they just run the Templar Assassin mid, but again, it doesn't feel like they have enough lockdown here. Invoker at least would have had like some decent control. Tornado, Cold Snap.
5 seconds.
I think if you're on the TA mid here, you're in trouble because then you're going to lack so much control from the safe lane as well. Unless they go for like a Sven. And they go Batrider. Okay, that's a Dark Mago specialty. This is a hero that he absolutely crushed on it in game number 2 of the series. The question is, what do you want to pick as a response? You could just go for the Slark here. It's a really good Slark game.
10 seconds.
Yeah, Slark is pretty amazing here. You can get out of the arena. You can continue attacking the Abaddon while he's on top of heroes. Templar Assassin, you burn through a refraction instant. There's so many reasons why Slark is good.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a no-brainer pick. Tomato doesn't mind playing it either. Show me
Slark
that
Darkseer
Slark.
is so funny. Like watching this hero is hilarious. Yeah,
There it is.
Select your hero.
Good call there.
Make the ultimate
just too good.
choice.
I mean, I've been waiting to see myself some Slark. It is an amazing pick into the Batrider. The question is whether or not they decide to lane it directly into the Batrider. I think Bryle should feel confident enough on the Void Spirit to take the lane, at least for a while, and then eventually they'll just swap it. But for the most part, overall, if you're Undying, you've got to be pretty happy about the draft. Like, you've got a lot of the heroes that you are comfortable on. Bryle, once again, on his Void Spirit. Moon on his Mirana. Saberlight has done incredible work on this Darkseer before, and you have some pretty great counters to the draft of NoPing.
Yeah, I mean, your lockdown is somewhat limited, but you know, they're not gonna be able to heal up with Panda Boo here. They're not gonna be able to heal up with Matthew on this Keeper of the Light. I feel like they don't have enough pick-off potential between these two supports. A lot is gonna have to come out of Oscar and Dark Mago, and they can just focus that down with like Dubu Mumi and make their game miserable. And the rest of these heroes on NoPing aren't gonna be able to do anything if you shut down Mars and Mago. That's what I'm thinking here. So, Undying, they've got a much easier to execute win condition here. NoPing definitely have their work cut out for them, and I'm just worried about how tired they are after playing these 8 games. Eventually, it does wear down on you.
Oh, absolutely.
One of the first game of the day was 65 minutes as well. Let's
yeah,
not forget
I
that.
completely forgot about the fact that we had a 65-minute game opener.
Yeah, Envy Dota, baby. But here we are, game number 5, Ricky. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm sure NoPing would have it a different way.
Yeah, I'm sure NoPing would have liked to be 3 and out, but unfortunately for them, Undying not willing to let that happen, as we are, like you said, going the distance.
All right. And so the pause comes out again to start this game. I imagine teams probably just need a little bit more time before they're ready to go. We only have a 10-minute break between the series. Either that or some potential internet problems. Dark Mago's been DCing at the start of most of these games here. So it's possible he might need to give his Dota a reset as well. And I've been having some micro stutters every so often recently.
Yeah, it's a beta game. Yeah, I think people just really need to realize it's such a small indie company on the backside of this that you can't really expect a lot. These types of things, just happen.
I'll take it.
Yeah. All right. Batrider reconnect to the game. It looks like we should be ready to go the moment that we get Tomato, but we have a chance to look at some of these players' items to start this game off. Looks like Mars going this double gauntlet, so probably going to start Soul Ring in his lane. Again, trading with Slark, just throwing out his spears one at the moment that Slark tries to initiate on him. You do have to be a little bit careful about the Dark Pact. You're much happier to spam that out now on Slark than you were before, because the damage being reduced from 50% to 30 means that you trade a little bit more favorably. So if he's able to get out of that spear like instantly with the Dark Pact on top of you, you potentially get blown up here. But otherwise, spamming the Soul Ring, throwing out spear and God's Rebuke, a decent way of doing a lot of harass for the Slark inside the lane. Until he's got his level 6, you could try to zone him out that way. And he's just got infinite regen. Panda Boo is going to struggle as this game goes on playing Ancient Apparition, but it feels a little bit better at the start, given the fact that at early levels, your cooldown of Ice Blast was increased from 40 seconds to 60. It's a pretty heavy nerf, but I think Ancient Apparition is like one of the highest pick ban and win rates out of heroes that were consistently played, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh man, dude, I think this is it. The G's are out. We're ready to go. Game number 5. I mean, if you're just joining us, I feel bad for you. You've missed an entire day of incredible Dota. This is the grand finals here. Final game, 8th game of the day here for NoPing. And everything rides on this one.
I saw that
Winner doesn't take all, but they do take first place.
They take most.
They take
That's
most.
how Dota principles work. Winner take most. But both teams going to be rewarded handsomely for their efforts here. TS with the generous $50,000 prize pool.
Shout out to our
Part
sponsors.
of it distributed
big,
in
big thank you to them.
Yeah.
Ooh, Panda Boo. Gonna walk right up in a Saberlight. They got the Ion Shell. He doesn't have the Ion Shell. Wait a minute.
And they'll walk away now. But yeah, didn't put the first point the Ion Shell. I don't think I'll do anything crazy. Almost every time you want to put the point in the Ion Shell here, but maybe he was worried about getting blown up to start. Forced to put a point into Surge. Especially if we're playing position 3. You have to have Ion Shell.
Yeah. Moon went for the same deep ward on the staircase as last time. So that one, once again, probably going to net him several courier kills. And the thing about this lane in particular is if your courier gets sniped against a Darkseer and you are being constantly pressured in a tower and that regen doesn't make it out to you, you are in a lot of trouble.
That was supposed to be a smiley face.
Ultimate glory.
Oh, I see. Nice
That's
attempt.
rough. Thank you.
There's a reason you're a caster and not an artist, Neff.
I can do art.
I see.
Maybe not.
How is it that every time? Oh, you can see my camera. Okay. I was like, how do you know where my camera is? I mean, Jared's camera.
What is this witchcraft?
It's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day. Bryle, we're having fun here. Mid lane on the Void Spirit, going up against the Bat Rider.
5 stacks off onto him already, and I imagine Bryle's going to be forced to walk back out of the lane. Doesn't want to get too many, but we'll be using this one as a battery. Stick charges for days.
Heck yeah, baby. It's that quick level 2. Top lane, Oscar's playing pretty aggressive here. It does have the God's Rebuke, which is expected. Tomato hasn't really leveled anything. I mean, you'd love to go Essence Shift if you can stick on top of the Mars, but God's Rebuke does make that pretty difficult. I think once you have level 2 and you can go Pounce as well, you can play a little bit more aggressive, but without Dubu here, well, you might go for it. God's Rebuke's down. Yeah, they're gonna go. Oscar gonna take a ton of damage from this now.
He's 1 XP from level 2.
Yeah. That feels real bad.
Yeah. Gonna get salved up by Matthew, though, who's gonna be forced to stand his ground. Try to trade auto attacks here with Dubu. Dubu chatting up here at position 5 every game.
Every game, every day.
Yep. Vanderbilt trying to put the hurt on a Moon Meander as well. Doesn't have a Orb Venom like you sometimes see a Baden start with, but
It's not a good lane to have an Orb of Venom, right? Like,
no, you're playing against ranged heroes. You're playing against a Dark hero. He's gonna be happy to stand his ground and trade with you. It's not like he's gonna be walking away and you're gonna get extra auto attacks in, right?
yeah, exactly. Well, Tomato loses courier top lane. I think that was on the retreat, though. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, Oscar just barely out of range of that Pounce. Mid lane, Dark Mago taking a lot of harassment there from Bryle, but does get the bottle delivered. Just gonna go grab that water rune. He's quite happy. And Moon's courier escapades begin as Saberlight grabs the other one. All right, you guys, come on.
Jerry, can we get an animal kill count up?
He says no,
Oh,
but would like to
unfortunate.
inform us that the number is 3.
Thank you, Jerry.
Good guy.
No. He picked off a lot of these in the last game as well. I think he ended up killing
Killed 4 couriers in the first 5 minutes.
yeah, he ended up killing Angel's courier before he delivered items twice in the last game. And I think Angel ended up losing his courier when they were doing or trying to go split push when he got the point booster on it before he completed that into an Eye of Scotty. Ended up
Yeah.
slowing down their timing in the last game as well. So
Ryle, a little bit of a
Ryle?
misplay in the mid lane, and Dark Mago, I think he's just gonna get the kill here. Dissimulate? Oh, maybe not. Really close. He does have Fairy Fire. Dark Mago will have no problem surviving this, but Ryle missed the Remnant there, which is absolutely essential.
yeah. He was forced to walk away from that one and not Remnant on top of Dark Mago there, though. Otherwise, he would have been back inside that Firefly and he would have gone down. So it might have looked like he could have gotten the kill on a glance, but he definitely would have died to Dark Mago and maybe gotten the kill. But
Yeah.
I think died first.
Ryle is still trying to get to that bottle. He did have to go boots first. Like, anytime he's against this Bat Rider in the mid lane, there's no way you can afford to just greed out for the bottle. So does have that bottle coming out quite a bit later than normal. You try to have it by the 2-minute mark. Instead, it's going to be the 4. So feels kind of
Dark
bad
Mag-
there for the Void Spirit, but an essential. because he
Becomes even-
hasn't died.
Has been killed.
Yeah, it becomes even less worth it to try and contest the runes when you don't have the bottle as well. So he's given these up to the Bat Rider. It's just 40 HP that you regenerate from these water runes now in the most recent patch. You just you have the same amount of mana, but HP, it's not worth going out of your way for if you don't have the bottle available.
Yeah. Moon did see that courier. I'm curious if he's going to go snipe it. He's kind of looking like he wants to. Angel getting a little bit aggressive here in the lane. All right, arrow. Oh, no, the vac off the mark. And Saberlight. What?
And we're already looking for more.
Just
All right.
ripped there.
He vacked a creep, and the creep tanked the arrow.
Yikes. Yeah, the my bag comes out from Saberlight after that one. Captain Moon probably not too happy, but focus up, recover, head back down the bottom lane, and try to run it back. Vacuum does have a pretty long cooldown, so it'll be another 34 seconds before they can try that one again, unfortunately. But mistakes happen. A difficult play to execute.
TA top net worth as a result of that one, which is expected. Also top of the CS chart.
3K, 600 ahead of the next highest person. Or 500 ahead, rather, of the Slark here up in the top lane. So Tomato doing pretty well for himself, too. Gonna finish up his power trade, send himself out some raindrops as well. I mean, magic damage burst is something that you are going to be worried about if you're playing against this Bat Rider, playing against Keeper of the Light. Archmega would love to be able to push his tower with the catapult, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to.
Oh, Dubu. Hitting Keeper of the Light a little bit there. It's
Saberlight
fine.
in the bottom lane.
He is going to surge himself away, so he should be all right, but he does need to be careful. Oh, dude, vacuum to them. Oh, that would have been... That's always funny. The vacuum onto the high ground. Should have done it. Ooh, Ancient Apparition dies to Dark Mago there. All right, not the end of the world. It is just the A, but Dark Mago, we saw what he can do when he gets a lead on the Bat Rider earlier today, so you have to be careful, and he's about to pick up some nice little stackies made by Matthew. Similar to snackies for all you fans out there.
Big snacky and stacky fan here.
Yeah.
Let's go. Love to see it. It is a little bit slower than it used to be, but still, it's obscuring himself a little bit of extra farm.
Angel might be in trouble. Bottom lane, nice rotation for Brow. Saved from the Aphotic Shield. Now Saberlight gets the Ion Shells out. If they can take down Angel, it's a great pickoff. They will get him. But Dark Mago rotating on in, trying to put this lasso to good use. Brow's pretty much dumped every spell he has. Arrow comes through, not going to connect. Dark Mago really wants the lasso. Dissimulate up away, and there's the last Astral Step. A great disengage from Undying here.
Bat Rider, just not enough movement speed, unfortunately. The cooldown was increased at early levels, I believe. Yeah, 46 seconds on this Firefly. Ended up putting a point into Flame Break as well, so just did not have any movement speed to get on top of these heroes. Boots of travel are going to be very necessary in order to gap the distance and take some of these fights. Especially with the lack of lockdown they have. Bat Rider initiating with these slows is going to be essential. Finding kills here.
Moon will find a ward here. Very happy about that one. Time to leap, sir. Yeah, he's going to be out. No problem at all. Good D ward, though. We haven't really talked about Slark again. Tomato just kind of chilling in the top lane.
Yeah, he's going for an Echo... is an Echo Slaver or a Mage Slayer? I think it's an Echo Slaver. Yeah, first item Echo Slaver. Not going to go with the Mage Slayer, my bad.
Yeah, Mage Slayer does not have the Ogre Club.
Yeah.
Arena comes out, and Tomato also out of said arena. But mid lane, Brile just getting crit by that Angel T. I mean, that was so much burst damage. That is surprising. But is that Max Meld Strike? Only level 1? Among Us?
Yeah, Among Us. Ended up missing 2 of those CS there. Big 3 of those CS there. Working on this Dragon Lance is next time. I'm surprised that item wasn't nerfed.
All right, tons of jungle items being dropped. Saberlight just Ion Shelling the Ancient stack there. Brile probably going to come over and finish him. As he refills his bottle. All right. No, he says, screw it. They're all yours, Saberlight.
Okay. I'm curious if you're going to rush an Aghanim Scepter this game. That's usually the play on the darks here.
All right, 5th and final jungle item there. Picked up for the side of Undying. The Radiant also have all 5 of theirs. All right, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
A Tumbler's
Nine-
toy for Slark. That's pretty good.
Templar Assassin, yeah, cleaning up these ancients here. Dragonlance completed, sitting on 800 gold in the bank now. I imagine you're going to go for a Desolator a second. I mean, if you want to play this game faster, you could go for a Blink Dagger. I think you do the advantage taking this late with Undying. Slark, I think does super well against a lot of these heroes. I mean, you're talking about what a great Slark pickup. There's Panda Boot in the bottom. I ended up missing that one.
No, nice, just aggressive play there from the Mirana, going for a double leap, setting up vision for Brile to close the gap. Saberlight just gets lassoed though in the bottom lane, and Oscar rotating on in, does have this arena. Moon's gonna scout him out, but Saberlight, no way to get out. And Mirana will fall as well. 2 quick pickoffs for the side of NoPing. Really well done. Great rotation coming out from Oscar here once again.
No. This will speed up his Blink Dagger as well. And 750 gold off of that one. Then they're going to have an easier time getting on top of these heroes. I'm still not convinced by the lineup here on NoPing. I feel like it's pretty essential to have like an instant disable against the Spirit heroes, against Slark. And unfortunately, Oscar is not going to be able to do this by himself. Even with the Yules, it's just not enough.
Oh my gosh, those
Mid
side
lane?
blades. Yeah. Okay, old Dark Mango doesn't have the lasso, so it looks like he's gonna be all right. Moon. I mean, they really want to start invading the triangle. They know that there's gonna be heroes up here, but Matthew is being such a nuisance standing up here, trying to just make sure they don't get anything out of it. Brile on his way to the Yules. Same thing as before.
He's got almost 3 leap charges available on Moon Meander, so I imagine he's just going to walk away from this one. He did have vision of Oscar in the bottom lane just a moment ago, and they know this is the only real disable that you have. Lasso still on cooldown, and I can just leap out of any arena or spear coming at me, so Moon Meander feels invincible. It's the sort of game where like, oh, why are you guys invading? How is this guy doing this? Why is he not a triangle? Someone kill him. It's like, well, we don't have any stuns, so you kind of just walk away if we deal with them.
Yeah, the classic. Tomato with the Echo Saber completed, a really big pickup for him. Going for the defusal now. I mean, he's second on the net worth, not as farmed as the TA who is working towards her Desolator, but it is still a really big power spike for the Slark. They managed to get on top of that hero. They're feeling really good. Sentry here is going to go ahead and reveal Dubu. Oscar will just disengage. Surge up onto Brile. He really needs to get on top of this hero. There's going to be the Remnant. Perfectly timed, and the Ice Blast comes through. They may have nerfed the cooldown, but it still secures that kill. And that's just the strength of the AA at the end of the day, right? No matter what.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of sucks, like missing them, especially when you have to wait 40 seconds before you can get another one off and contribute this team fight. But as long as you land that one, no healing. Any hero underneath that one basically dies.
Saberlight. Okay, he is going for the Aghanim Scepter this game. Oh, no leaps left. They're going to find him.
Yeah. Tomato tries to come in to assist, but he's just a little bit too late. So it's worth committing that one when you don't have a ton of kills under your belt. But keeping net worth advantage now for NoPing. They're off to a decent start, but so is Slark. He's second on the net worth chart, sitting at 6k net worth, and you don't have any heroes that are good against him this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And Moon is always something you have to be very scared of. He just tends to find a lot of farm from the forward position, and he is managing to stay in front of the Keeper of the Light. He's on his way to a Yules, which is really strong this game. For sure, top lane, Ice Blast. I think I saw it coming out. Angel just tanks every spell in the book to get the kill. Dark Mango actually TPs in for this one, trying to take down Saberlight. Doesn't have the lasso. Brile hiding in the trees, but in comes Oscar. The arena reveals them all. Brile able to make it out. No! Sniped anyway. The damage is far too much. Now they do manage to take down the Bat Rider and holding Abaddon in place. There's gonna be the borrowed time. Tomato gotta do some big damage here, but oh, that was some interesting interaction there. Dubu kind of into a spear.
If you're about to connect to a tree and you get force movement away, it'll act as if you connected to the tree, but pin you exactly where you are. Same interaction with any force movement.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of damage out of that Bat Rider, the team fight. Same goes for Oscar. I mean, this early Blink Dagger he ended up picking up definitely ends up paying off. You do end up losing Batrider there, but all the kills that you get under your belt, especially finding these early kills onto the Brile, so it doesn't pop off the same way that we saw him do last game. You're happy about.
He's definitely off to a slow start, about 1,000 gold behind the opponent mid laner. And yeah, Brile, I mean, he was so integral to their victory in the previous game as the Void Spirit, and if he's, you know, slowed down this much, you have to be a little bit worried. Moonlight Shadow is going to come out. Saberlight gets revealed on a ward, so Dark Mago should not get caught by this gank. He's absolutely going to make it into the trees. No chance at all. Right, okay, no. They got him. See if they can finish off the kill, though. All the TPs respawning, and Lasso does connect. Batrider, though, is going to probably shatter. However, the response is 2 kills. Oh my god, you're right, Aphotic Shield. Yep.
Yeah, and so actually ends up grabbing 3 kills there because they get Ancient Apparition over here. Angel jumping on top of him, finishing him off. That's a Desolator completed on the TA.
And that was the value of this ward right here, right? Like they see everything coming out to the bottom lane. They knew the Moonlight Shadow got casted, and so they just respond in kind. Dark Mago able to keep himself alive. It was a great response, honestly, just from Pandaboo on this Abaddon. Like you said, able to keep this Batrider alive through it all.
This is something that they lacked for their mid laner in previous games, and I think it's one of the main strategies of NoPing, and Undying understand that. Oh, they lose Moon Meander.
Yeah, Dark Mago Batrider, baby. This is one of his best heroes, and he is showing off once again why that's the case. Is absolutely crushing the side of Undying here. A 6k gold advantage now for NoPing. I mean, it's 15 and a half, 16 minutes in the game. This is nuts.
Yeah, a man is popping off right now, and they don't end up connecting that spear. I mean, this is one of the reasons why it would have been nice to have a little bit more setup. Brile is going to be able to play around these a lot of times, especially when you're playing on ping.
I mean, Pandaboo is not really the kill you want to go for. He just instantly pops the borrowed time. Tomato, though, might be able to help finish this off. Nope, not at all. And now Spirit pulls him back. He will go ahead and get that Shadow Dance off. Surged away. He's going to be all right. But Dark Mago on the backside looking for these kills. Great vacuum wall from Saberlight. And it is doing some work, but Dubu is just stuck in no man's land. Meanwhile, Batrider cannot continue to chase here. It looks like they will just disengage. They're still hunting for Saberlight, and they're going to find him. He keeps running over traps. Surge one more time. Doesn't have a TP for 9 seconds. Will make it into the trees on the left side here, and Moonlight Shadow should protect him.
Y'all got played. TP's out afterwards as well. So he ends up making a lot of space, getting out of that one. Sick play there by Saberlight. But them losing Tomato there, again, we just don't have hard lockdown for him. Slark, like you said, was an amazing pickup this game, but NoPing are playing super aggressive. And they've had some amazing plays on Dark Mago as well. And once he gets his BKB, it'll be a little bit easier for him to sit in the middle of these team fights and stay on top of Slark. They have enough magic damage to kind of discourage Batrider from staying on him in these team fights for now, but about to change. Only 1,300 gold, or sorry, 300 gold away. He's got BKB complete. Tomato now working on his Eye of Sky. Just finished up his Diffusal Blade. This game becomes a lot easier for him as well. Batrider, no sort of tool to blink initiate. Force Staff is going to have to come out from Matthew to save some of these targets that Slark initiates on. Did manage to save Pandaboo in the last team fight with it, but I think he needs to hold it for Batrider if Slark initiates onto him now. And Diffusal Blade is very annoying to play against.
Tomato trying to find the ward, but it's up on the high ground there. He'll figure it out eventually.
Angel's going to go for the double meld off on the Roshan, but Dubu scouting this one out.
Yoink. Nice arrow purge. Thank you, Pandaboo. And Angel, well, they'll just finish off the Roshan pretty easily here. I don't think Undying have any interest in contesting this.
They tried to slow it down, but no, they don't have big team fight to take against it just yet. They're still working on the Zaghadim Scepter on Darks here. Just a little bit of gold off it. Would have been nice to have that one earlier, but yeah, 230 off now.
Tomato is so confused. He placed another surge. He's like, guys, there's a ward here somewhere. I know it. Dark Mago on the backside, looking to go on to Ancient Apparition. Angel just executes some nice back wall, but the lasso able to find the kill there on the Mirana. Now the rest of the team needs to get out. Dark Mago with this haste. A beautiful arena. He catches Darkseer and Tomato. A pounce in 2, but it's not going to be in time. 4 heroes go down on the side of Undying.
And yeah, completely cleaned up there, regardless of not really having disable. I mean, the arena managed to clean it all up. That beautiful initiation from them, and I think they're just going to try to walk up high ground off of this one. They just used Fortify, and they're still down for another like 30 seconds on these heroes.
Yeah, they're not able to cut the mid lane, so they definitely should. Dubu has an Ice Blast, but no real setup. It's going to come down to Bryle trying to find something in these fights, but he's so far away from his Aghanim Scepter. I mean, it's night and day from last game to this one. That is going to be the tier 3 tower. It looks like they will back now that the rest of Undying is respawning. They do not want to risk it.
No, all the heroes. I mean, hey, grabbing a tier 3 is great, especially at 19 minutes into the game. If they could have gotten the racks, they would have all but secured the game, but we have seen people come back from 2 racks down today.
Yeah, we have indeed.
Entry Dota. Now working on this BKB here on Angel. Need to find more farm for the Slark. They need to find the Aghanim Scepter on the Void Spirit as well. I mean, if you can get on top of Pandaboo in these team fights with the Void Spirit eggs, the double silence off on it, and we can stop them from getting these big saves. They were so close to a couple of items here. The eggs on the Void Spirit, the eggs on the Darkseer. But they forced the issue on NoPing. And just realizing how close they were to a couple of these items. The 11k net worth felt a lot like at its absolute limit. I think they'll be able to take a fight now with the Aghanim Scepter completed on the Darkseer, though.
Yeah, they could definitely try. The extra Ion Shell in the fight, the extra duration and health is pretty important here. And we'll see. I mean, NoPing, they're feeling super strong. They're going to go ahead and smoke up once again. They still have so much time left on the Aegis, over 2.5 minutes. And Angel completes that BKB. I mean, this is a incredible timing for the side of NoPing as well. And they are just going to just walk right by each other.
Ships passing in the night. But it's not a complete loss here. At the very least, they'll be able to sit up on the tower. I think they realized they were over there in the mid lane. They saw the arrow come out. And yeah, Angel will take this tower pretty quickly with the Desolator.
I mean, maybe you can try and get the tier 1 mid, which is absolutely untouched. They don't want to show. I hit it for the first time just now. 21 minutes in. I mean, they're just going to continue the push, I suppose. No, they actually back off here on NoPing. They want to fight. They want to force Undying to play their game.
They have to back off here on Undying, though. Undying, they don't have Fortify for another 2.5 minutes right now. They could have just walked up high ground if they didn't get back to defend in that one. They need to put the heroes in position. We're pinging it out right now on Oscar. He's looking to set something up again. He is still the only main disabled. They've got Spear and Lasso, which is a little bit lacking, but if they can force the issue and get on top of another tower, they can force Undying to fight into them, is what they want to do.
Exactly. An 11k net worth advantage. I mean, this Templar Assassin is so farmed. 5,000 gold over the Slark, which has had an amazing game as well. So just really, really well played by Angel once again.
They're going to look for a kill. They want to look for a kill. They move all 4 heroes up here into the top, and they've got smoke on Dubu. I think they're going to try to find something off of this, but they're still 1,040 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter on Void Spirit. I'd be hesitant to take a fight without that one done.
There's going to be the arena on the backside that doesn't actually connect with the spear, but Mars, a huge back. They pull him in. A great play there from the side of Undying, able to hold him down, and Slark on the backside trying to get on top of Angel, but he doesn't have the damage alone. You shatter too, Tomato. Gotta be careful. Dark Mago pops the BKB. Gonna go ahead and lasso up Darkseer, and that should be a kill. Going the way of the Batrider. Well, eventually it will be. Takes him a couple extra seconds, but not a bad fight for Undying, considering.
No, getting that jump onto the Mars was one of the best case scenarios. The Ice Blast on top of him. I think at this point he realizes that he does need a BKB. End up getting taunted up by the the Void Spirit at the start. Now he's only 500 gold away from this Aghanim Scepter that he's been working on. You can initiate on basically anybody who doesn't have a BKB at that point and win the fight. So, very nice grab there for Undying. Still not over. I mean, again, we talked about this one. Slark is an absolutely amazing hero for this game, and they don't really have the lockdown for him. He's
They do have a smoke though, and Tomato realizes he's under ward. They get him with the Orchid, but he got the Dispel off in time, eats another shard, and doesn't have Shadow Dance in time. Dubu gonna try and just TP out. He will make it. Yeah, giving a 3 point. What is this? What is the silence on Psionic Trap now?
3.5 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah, giving a 3.5 second silence to TA is pretty nuts.
Yeah. I mean, he got out of it.
The first time.
Yeah.
Not the second time he walked into the second trap.
Radiant structures
Oh.
are fortified.
Details. You want to nerf Templar Assassin again?
Yeah, I do. I hate this hero. Her Ags is still way too strong.
Somebody hates girl bossing it.
No, just make it the actual 30-second cooldown like it's supposed to be.
It's working as intended.
I'm sure.
Who cares if it says 30 seconds on the tooltip? They mean 10.
I mean, you're in such a good position now on NoPing, right? Like, you guys have a 12k gold lead. They're able to look for this tier 1 in the bottom lane. You can't really contest Angel here on the TA anymore. And it's going to require some huge plays in order to do that. They actually smoke up on the side of Undying. Moonlight Shadow comes out as well. I mean, this is as good as it's going to get. The surprise.
Is no more.
I mean, if Pandaboo can scout this one out, this is ideal. In fact, he does. They realize
Yes.
the Darkseer's here. I'm not sure they
The
realize the rest
arena,
of the squad
the
is.
Spirit comes in. Bryle trying to catch him on the backside. Nice Ice Blast coming through. They might be able to finish off the Mars, but they have to double buyback for this. Marana gonna eat a silence. Angel pops the BKB. They've got to get out of here on NoPing, but a huge back wall pulls them back. Templar Assassin finally goes down.
Melts in instant, and it looks like that's going to be it. They can't catch anyone else in this fight, but forced to buy back on 2 heroes right away. They do tons of magical bursts when these BKBs are down. Darkseer absolutely melting this Templar. I mean, it's an amazing counter. Like you mentioned, it was too good to pass up here. Now this does give them a window to get back in the game. They had to buy back on 2 heroes. I feel like if you lose Saberlight again after this, you end up losing the game, but for now, you can get a little bit more control over the map, shove in these lanes. And Tomato, if you can get this Eye of Scotty done, he might be able to hold his ground against some of these heroes.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an important game for the Slark. Like, he has to continue his item progression. He cannot afford to get slowed down here. So buying back on the Slark in like a bad scenario is pretty much the worst case scenario. Dark Mago, he's got a BKB, forced to use it. Ice Blast doesn't connect, but it does hit Oscar. But that BKB is about to expire, and they stun up the Mars. The Yule sets up that arrow. The vacuum pulls him back. They're going to continue the chase. He gets the pounds, but the Force Staff gets him out. And now Pandaboo trying to keep Dark Mago alive. He gets the lasso. Tomato able to still dodge it out and wants to get back into the fight. Moon Meander jumping for more. Bryle trying to bring down this Bat Rider, but it's not going to be enough. And now he may have come in just a little bit too far.
Yep, and here comes Angel, just trying to chase down Tomato. Gets the silence off on him, and he's going to run into another trap in a moment here. There it is. He's slowed, but
He doesn't have vision, so Shadow
Yeah.
Dance is still active.
yeah, looks like he's going to get out of this one.
So the whole time I was like, assuming this Orchid was on Templar Assassin in the last fight they're chasing, and someone gets Orchided. Oh,
No. That's
It's
not
on
Matthew.
Coddle. Wow, would you
Yeah.
look at that?
Roshan, going to respond another 18 seconds here. You will be back up on Bryle, but contesting this one with your outpost taken is going to be difficult. Let's see at the moment it comes back up thanks to these side traps inside the pit. 8 more seconds now. If Templar Assassin happens to be nearby when it happens, that would be even more ideal. There we are. Roche respawns. Angel will scout that one out. I imagine he'll go into the pit after he clears up a couple neutral camps. Is looking for tier 3 neutral items at the moment.
Cloak of Flames, not a bad one there for the Mars.
TA is going to hold these spider legs instead, being able to get on top of these heroes. Extra movement speed helps quite a bit as well. It before it felt really good on heroes that like 6 slotted super early or built battle theories. Now spider legs just a lot more solid overall. I think you still want to take them on core heroes a lot of the time.
I'm curious who to give the shard to. I would imagine it'd have to be Oscar if he would turn around for it, but he is too big. Oh, I give it to Matthew? Oh, recall. That's right. Yeah, that's quite a good ability.
Yeah. I want to walk up the hill. They've got pretty good vision up here on the side of Undying, but they're smoked up. I think they saw a tree break. The cameras are obviously pointed over here. They realize something's up, but
Been killed.
Angel's back. The rest of the team has to as well. It's Angel making the calls now. She feels incredibly powerful right now. It's working on a Daedalus. Moonlight Shadow. Inside the sentry.
Lane, there they go. The lasso comes out onto the Mirana, and there's no saving him. Actually goes in on Bryle, but has to just immediately dip out. Slark in some trouble. Spear catches him. He does get the purge, though, and now trying to get on top of these other heroes. He's just stuck on the outside of the arena, though. He's not getting the kills that he wants. Oscar finally goes down. Angel jumping into the center of it all, but Tomato, they need to back out of here. Bryle as well. Able to astral step away.
Side blades the Slark off of that observer ward there. Or sorry, the sentry ward. Only hits him once though. Now the fight will reset. Angel very hesitant to get into this team fight. He knows if he ends up getting blown up at the start of this one or stunned down, his team just ends up losing the fight. So he didn't actually enter that team fight. He was sitting at the very edge of it. He didn't jump on the Mirana as they initiated, and I think was just trying to find Darkseer on the back line to blow him up, but not going to do enough damage to blow up the Darkseer, even if he does find him. Angel's kind of at an awkward timing where he gets to burst people down during his Black King bar, and if that doesn't happen, then he dies.
Yeah. I mean, that's unfortunately kind of going to be the state for Angel for most of this game. Like, that is just how TA is going to exist in these fights. Like, you will not be able to do much with the refractions. And I'm curious if he goes for the 1 second meld bash hit at 25 instead.
Probably. That wouldn't surprise me.
With the coddle, you get double meld strike immediately.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to time that pretty well with the coddle. Because it now reduces your cooldown instead of reducing your next one.
Yeah.
So coordination on that one can be a little bit difficult, but definitely worth doing. Like, unfortunately, with the way the Darkseer is, even like the Abaddon dropping the Aphotic Shield off onto the TA, if he ends up getting caught out, it's not going to save him. Now they ping out Angel, but he knows.
Yep, Sark will be able to reveal that ward thanks to his passive and gain back a little bit more map vision here. But Moonlight Shadow not going to connect onto anything as they do not find him.
Wow. And now starting to make a play of their own here on
He
NoPing.
does find Pandaboo. The question is, can they find anyone else on the backside? Arrow, it does connect onto the Mars. A great way to stall out the fight, and it might be enough time just to get out of here on Bryle, and it is. Ice Blast on the backside, it catches Angel on the TA. Saberlight hasting around. Tomato finally takes down Dark Mago, gets out of the arena of the pounds. It catches the Templar Assassin, but he doesn't have a lot left in the tank. He will be able to use this wall as a little bit of space. Angel blinking over it. The side of Undying continuing to run away. They will make it into the base, except for Dubu, of course, as he quite slow on that ancient chili man.
Yeah, his buyback is on cooldown for about as long as his death timer right now, so they're gonna have to take this next fight without Dubu. I imagine they're just gonna push down this tier 2 tower, get I guess limit their ability to leave the base here, but they're set up on Angel. He's still got Aegis and BKB. This wouldn't be an awful fight for them to take here on NoPing.
Aegis for another minute too.
Yeah.
Top side of the fight. Oh, they do manage to pull back Angel, trying to get this kill. I mean, you said Aegis still protecting Tomato. He actually just pops the ult. Prowl goes in, getting the AoE silence. He's doing the camp. Dark Mago. This would be a dieback. He gets double forced out, and Tomato continuing the chase here. Remnant onto the TA. They get the first kill. Sark pinned against the wall. Gotta be careful. It might be time to leave on Undying. Need to be careful. Out into the trees. Brawling in this game. Tomato does have that essence shift bonus talent now, so he is getting 96 bonus agility from these essence shift stacks. It is what makes this hero so strong in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be forced to get back until Slark has a little bit less agility to work with. Right now, taking a fight against them would be a little bit of a disaster, especially given the fact that they just gave up the Aegis. It's another 3 minutes till Roshan respawns, well, 3 minutes and 7 seconds, so they're just about to reclaim it anyway. Templar Assassin held on to her BKB that entire team fight. She just didn't have the damage. She completed the Daedalus after the team fight ended, but I think you're right. Right now, she's going to want to finish up the Swift Blink to get on top of people, going to want that milled 1 second bash on hit. I feel like these are kind of crucial for Angel to be able to blow up targets. Right now, he's so careful about initiating into the team fight. I am worried about them. Like, yes, they're putting the herd onto Undying right now. They're playing on their side of the map. They spent the last like 5-10 minutes on their triangle, but regardless of that, I feel like Undying do win this if things continue at the rate that they're going at. This Slark is a major problem. He's an amazing pickup this game, and his BKB being worked on.
Yeah, I think once Slark has the BKB, this game gets really difficult for NoPing because your only answer to him so far has just been hoping he ends up on one side of the arena without Pounce.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just the mass force staffs. Like you have, multiple ways of trying to just shoot these heroes out. Both Matthew and Pandaboo picking those up. I think Batrider. No, okay, he did not. So you just have the double force staff on the supports, but that's like the only thing you can really do to get him, get whoever is being jumped on by the Slark out of these fights. Saberlight can just surge this Slark over and over again. And eventually Slark's going to have an Axe.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty long way off that right now. I mean, he's got like the cheap items, Echo Saber, Diffusal Blade, but BKB Basher for the Abyssal Blade queued up after that. I think he just wants to stay on top of this Templar Assassin in the team fights. That's going to be his major goal. And have Dark Pact available, Shadow Dance available when he does so.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone out of his way for the Depth Shroud yet, though.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, there's the option for the Shard, which is quite good on Slark, having the Depth Shroud, because then you don't have to actually commit the Shadow Dance if you're on top of the TA, just holding her in place. But as of right now, holding off on it. Looks like we get the reconnection here for the Darks here. G comes out from Matthew asking Undying, hey, what's up, guys? It is so
right
late for this side of NoPing. I mean, these guys, like we said, have played 8 games of Dota today. One that eclipsed 65 minutes. Like, they are exhausted.
That last burst of energy. That's what you have to really be worried about. What was it? The flavor text on Legion Commander. Enemy's most vulnerable moment often follows their fiercest stroke.
Wait, what?
That's the Legion Commander flavor text.
I did not know that.
From Moment of Courage.
I had no idea.
NoPing. Last of their energy, and that's going to be Undying's time to strike.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Nice fort in the mid lane. Be able to clear up these. Oh yeah, no, you don't clear up the ion shells because they have extra health. Yeah, quite nice.
Yeah, 900 HP creeps. Second blast will do the trick, though. But I imagine they're going to hesitate to play into Undying without this next Roshan. Aegis is going to be pretty important. But even with it, I think it's all about the positioning in these team fights. If you go down on the heroes, even if you have Aegis available, as you get back up, the team fight is either lost or won based on that.
Here we go and smoke up. Aeon Disc picked up on the Void Spirit. Bryle.
This is big.
Does not want to risk going down without using his spells. Tomato's got his BKB, disassembled the Echo Saber for this, and so does Saberlight. So, I mean, this is probably as good as it's going to get for Undying at the current stage. Looking for the heroes. They're able to jump the backside. They look for the Mars, but they miss on that first shot, but the Ice Blast connects. He goes down. Now Matthew, huge back. Pulls him right into Tomato. They get the kill. Dark Mago will blink out. He's going to make it. Well, unless a miracle arrow comes out from Moon Meander, but that is not going to be the case. And Tomato now going to work on this tier 1 tower top. Cutting this wave is huge too, because your wave is in a really bad spot.
Top tower has
Yep.
fallen.
That one being pushed into the tower, and I think at this point the Templar Assassin Angel might want to change his mind here, end up going for a Aghanim Scepter instead of the Swift Blink that he's got queued up right now. It'll allow you to initiate and do a lot of damage really quickly, but I think
You're gonna have to start dealing with waves, right?
Yeah, the game has shifted. You want to split push these players now here on Undying. Take a favorable fight where you outnumber them. These BKBs on Undying are pretty scary.
Prowl goes in, does not care, manages to find the Abaddon, and Tomato pounds on the mark. There's going to be the Ice Blast. They force the borrowed time. And Pandaboo, more Agi going the way of the Slark here. Bottom lane, Dark Mago is looking for Moon. He has Yules and Lotus, so it's not an easy kill by any means. Oh, unlucky arrow there. Bryle. Ooh. Got clipped, got just barely vision of him on that creep. This gem is doing some work, though. It's taking down a lot of the TA's traps.
Yeah. It will be a little bit more difficult to go for an Aghanim Scepter build if that's what Angel chooses to do. He's still got the Swift Blink queued up, but I think he's just trying to have enough for buyback as well. At this point, you could end up losing the game off of that. Right?
It's hard to say, you know.
He doesn't buy the Eagle sign. I thought he was going to as he walked through the shop there. But now, end up finally leaving the base for long enough to find all these tier 3 neutral items. Tier 4 is about to spawn in another 30 seconds here. Be a major factor in whether or not they're able to fight into them here on NoPing.
Oh, they baited it so perfectly, and they managed to catch the Bat Rider with an Ice Blast as well. Saberlight, what great usage of an illusion rune, and they get the BKB and the lasso down on this Bat Rider. Luckily for them, Roshan is not going to respawn for almost 2 more minutes, so really lucky break there for NoPing.
Gaben smiles upon NoPing today. I mean, if that spawned right away, I think you just lose the Roche, and I'm not sure that a NoPing is going to be able to fight into an Aegis.
Timeless Relic. I mean, that's got to go on the Void Spirit, right? Or maybe they put on Saberlight?
Maybe Saberlight?
I don't know. They're so far holding it on Mirana. We'll see. Moonlight Shadow comes out. They will go ahead and grab one of these traps. Trying to get the D-ward up on the high ground. They will be able to do that. Yules does save him, and comes Tomato. Just jumps the backline right away, going for Pandaboo. Not enough damage coming in from Angel as Bryle's able to disengage. The BKB gets popped, but Tomato doesn't really seem to care all that much. Able to pounce out of the arena. Oscar throwing his hands up, but
not the initiation either team wanted, so both of them back out off of that one. It ended up looking a little bit favorable there for a moment there on NoPing, but kind of scary for the Templar Assassin. You bought out there for the Swift Blink, and you did end up popping the Aeon Disc. It might just be a game of popping this as many times as you can.
Yeah, buyback available on 2 heroes for NoPing. Tomato going in aggressively here, finds Matthew, pops the BKB. Force Staff's gonna save him. There's gonna be the lasso onto the Darkster, but Yules able to buy him a little bit of space, and now Dark Mago has to be careful. Saberlight gets the wall off, holding them back on the other side, and Angel dies. Like you said, he bought out for this, and that's such a disaster. Continuing the chase here, Bryle going right up into the high ground, looking for more, but the Roshan, it's gonna respawn soon. Dark Mago does end up taking down Saberlight.
Yeah, but he's got buyback available. He could if he wanted to here. Moon Meander going for the chase, but Dark Mago sees if he's got Yules, doesn't want to set up an arrow for him and go down as well. If he dies here, then it will be a complete disaster. Regardless, Aegis, Cheese,
and an Ags. This is the Pounce Ags I'm talking about. It has to go to the Slark. There's no way you give it to anyone else. This is way too good, this game, to pass up. And sometimes you really want refreshers, sometimes you really want an Ags. This is definitely one of those scenarios where you definitely want Ags on the Slark. So Tomato, you gotta be very happy right now, because he's gonna take top net worth after this.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think the I don't think the Templar Assassin can fight in the Slark anymore, even without that Adrian Blessing that he picked up. I mean, the hero is just too good in the 1v1 scenario, and they don't have the lockdown for the Slark. We talked about this in the draft, and NoPing, they were playing amazing to start this one out, but once it was time to breach high ground, just
it's too good of a Slark game, man. We said it in draft. We see that, like, you have 24th pick. It's a dream Slark game. If this goes late, you are in a lot of trouble on the side of NoPing, and that's what we're seeing. The Penta-Edge Sword to rub salt in the wounds, as Slark now has another slow.
There's no getting away from him once he gets on top of you. 4 staffs only, basically.
Dark Mago. Good luck grabbing this Slark for the rest of the game. Is that a DD rune they scout? Yes, it is. They're going to bottle that one up on the Slark. Rejoin the fight. There's going to be a Ninja Gear picked up there as well for the Dire. I'm not really sure who's going to take it, but again, dewarding coming out from the side of Undying thanks to this gem. And Slark, he's just testing out the Ags, right? He's like, all right, I haven't used this in a while. Slark's been a dead hero. You need to get used to these like pounce angles from downtown.
Yeah. Got a Basher coming out to him as well. He ended up buying out here. But
he's got Aegis.
Again, Yeah, there's no way they have enough lockdown to bring down Slark twice, right?
Right?
Right? I said nervously.
You know, I said that. I literally said that last game. As a hero died
the place is
instantly.
ends
So
up getting blown up.
you know,
But they might be able to grab him once, but he got a BKB with 8 seconds on it still. He's got Shadow Dance. I really think they struggle to bring him down twice. Like, if they do, okay, great. You win the game, but a tall order bringing down Slark with, basically just Lasso and Spear. Pause comes out. Time to reflect. Time to think about this game, this series that has gone on 9 hours now. Just 2 games. I mean, the lower bracket finals and this grand finals both going the max amount. Game number 5. NoPing must be absolutely exhausted. I mean, I feel like it's starting to show.
it could be, man. Like, that fatigue is no joke. Like, playing Dota for 9 hours straight is a
Your
pretty
brain
exhausting
melts.
yeah, it's a pretty exhausting experience, but playing at a highly competitive level against one of the best teams in the world just makes it that much worse. Any mistake is just going to be punished so much heavier.
My Saberlight back in it. Looks like we'll be ready to go in just a second. I'm wondering if he buys out on Slark to get this Abyssal Blade. I don't think you have to. I think you'll... Actually, yeah, you probably will have to buy out the Abyssal Blade if you want to take a fight with this Aegis.
I feel like he's fine just holding the Basher. Because, like, he's just going to... I mean, he might just swap the Echo Saber in instead of the Basher. I'm not 100% sure. Echo Saber is quite good. Once he pops that DD rune. But
I don't know.
it's hard to say. I think if he dies, like, getting an Abyssal Blade, you're in a bad spot on Undying because the Slark is so much their team fight.
Templar win refraction instances, by the way.
Dire's bottom
Wow.
tower
I mean, you get 8 more attack instances, which is really important. But those defensive instances are going to just melt completely. Mid lane Tomato. Oh, he gets the pounce. He catches the Bat Rider. Has it pop the DD. There it goes. Drops it right now and trying to get away. The pounce up onto the high ground. He now finds Angel. The BKB comes out, but he gets the lasso. He's got to disengage, but Sarky's got an Aegis still. Pounces the other side. He doesn't seem to really care all that much as Pandaboo's stuck, but Tomato staring at the wall of the arena. Can't get out. Vacuum wall only catches Matthew. Pandaboo up on the high ground. Can't really get back in the fight. Angel gets the blink off just in time, but there's still a pounce left, and now gonna have to pop that BKB. Tomato forced to just disengage. Ice Blast clipping multiple heroes, but Bryle on the Void Spirit does need to be careful. Dissimulate does come out. He might be able to disengage, and he will. The buyback forced on Matthew. You lose the Aegis on Slark, but a very close fight here for NoPing as they almost get some huge kills.
Yeah, but now forced to let Bryle leave off of that one. Dark Mago, he smoked up, well, ninja geared up and tried to catch Bryle on his way out there, but realized the vision is just too good. They've got an observer up on the high ground. He would have died for that one. And every one of these deaths here, you potential to lose the game at this point. They smoke up Slark. He's still bought out. They get the kill off on him. It would be huge. Unfortunately, Lasso, another 17 seconds till they have that one available. I don't think that they'll ever be able to get him with the spear.
They want to go. The silence, it catches the Slark. He doesn't have the BKB quite yet. They take down the Mirana. There's going to be the vacuum. Backside, it's just Tomato laying into these heroes. They've lost 2, but maybe they can get the TA. She doesn't have the BKB quite yet, but she's pounced, stuck up on the high ground. Tomato continuing the chase. She gets the meld off. She's going to be fine. Slark has to leave. On the backside, they fight the Ice Blast. It catches Dark Mago. 125 seconds. No way back into the game without committing that buyback. Abaddon just going to slowly tick out on the backside of the fight, but it's got to be Undying. Trying to get these big kills here in the mid lane. There's going to be Bryle caught. Still in place by the arena. In comes Tomato trying to get on top, but he gets lassoed. He's got to be careful. The Slark, he's got no ult. He has a pounce. He gets back. Can Tomato get out? It's not going to be enough. They get the kill. He's got no buyback. Bat Rider now trying to do his best escape here, but they've got a buyback on the TH. He's ready to join this fight. Darkseer, he needs to get out of here. The Surge isn't going to be a time. He's just going to get chased. Dark Mago continuing, and Angel finally finishes him off, and 3 heroes dead. Neph! NoPing might be doing it.
They might be. It's go time right now. They can't wait for this one. Managing to get the Slark when he doesn't have buyback, if you will. This is the small window of opportunity, but you could have all this turned on you. You've got 70 seconds till you have wall back up. Bryle, if he buys back in the game, he's going to have Aeon Disc. He's going to have to try to slow them down here. I think they realize they might just have to try to go for Throne. They take out the melee racks here, but I don't think you'll be able to take another fight as well as you did this one.
I mean, they know the Slark doesn't have buyback, otherwise he would have used it. Dark Mago, if he gets a big lasso target here, that might be it for the side of Undying. They get the Unchained Apparition. No Ice Blast available. He gets saved by the Aeon Disc, a huge vacuum. There's the Ice Blast that comes through and catches 3 TA. She's in the wrong base. She's dead. Bryle continuing the chase, looking for the Mars. He's got a Yules. He's got a Remnant. He misses both, but the BKB, he's just going to TP home.
Nothing they're able to do to cancel that one, unfortunately. So the Mars ends up getting out, but Slark is going to be up in 14 seconds. You don't have this Templar assassin for another 105. I don't think there's a way for them to defend for this long. There's no way they're able to cut out the waves like this. This might just be the end of the game.
There's just no buybacks. The only one available is this Mars. But oh my goodness, net worth almost dead even between the TA and the Slark. Such an incredible game here from both teams, and see what they can do if NoPing can defend this. Slark's actually beelining bottom, looking for Dark Mago. He knows he's smoked up in the Ninja Gear, and Slark, he finds him the pounce. He actually misses as he blinks just in time on the Bat Rider. He does force him out.
60 more seconds here. I'm not sure they have this kind of time. They bought a little bit, sending Tomato down to the bottom lane.
They do have Lasso available once again. You cannot afford to get caught. Aeon Disc coming off cooldown here for the Darkseer. He could try and bait. He goes in, gets the vacuum, finds the Bat Rider. The double force staff comes out, trying to keep him in place, but can they get the kill? Dark Mago, the Ice Blast catches him. They get another dieback here on NoPing. Undying composure being held as they take these late game fights. They're now just focusing up on these lanes of barracks. Tomato still so difficult for them to deal with. Matthew doing his absolute best here to try and slow this out. Dubu on the backside, catches by an arena. Oscar pops the BKB. He's able to take down the A. Goes for team out, but he gets the bash. TA still dead for 12 seconds. A huge vacuum once again from Saberlight. Yules throwing the Coddle into the air. Oscar, a remnant to pull him back. The chase continues. You've lost the Coddle, the Panda Boo. He's trying to get in comes TA. She's back into the fight. She takes out Brown. Can she get more? Saberlight goes down. NoPing, they gotta do it. This is their only hope. Slark, BKB, he's out.
They'd love to catch more off of this one, but Templar Assassin knows he can't fight into the Slark right now. Tomato is way too strong. So they let these two heroes go. They managed to hold. They didn't even lose racks there.
Nothing.
Templar Assassin is back up.
Nothing lost. They managed to waste enough time for the TA. Roshan, potential to respawn in about 20 seconds as Angel throws that trap in there in the moment. Tomato has an invis rune. This is terrifying. This is the worst thing that you could find for the side of NoPing. If he gets this, and he does, the question is, who do you go on? Swift Blink committed. Angel, he's got to be careful. Tomato's still hunting for him on the backside, and he's found him. The pounce, the arrow, it connects. Tomato's got to be careful though. He can't afford to die here. Angel force staff, but he keeps getting bashed up. Depth Shroud still available. Angel pops the BKB. The bashes are there. Angel goes down. Tomato now laying into Oscar. The BKB comes out. The Arena to pin down the Marana.
90 seconds now. We're doing it all over again. Mid lane is pushed all the way, and they have to deal with this. And immediately, Dark Mago, as he comes back up, starts TPing down to the bottom way, has to clear that one. That was worst case scenario, that invis rune. Carrying that one out, Mumieta with the perfect arrow setup. No way that kill happens otherwise. Just unable to move. I think he hesitated at first, but this basher was exactly what you needed. And Abyssal Blade is going to make this one even worse. I'm not sure. Again, I didn't think that they would have another opportunity to take this fight into them. The last one that they got, where they ran it down the mid lane, Sark didn't have buyback. I think it was their last opportunity to win this game. You are never going to catch Tomato without buyback again. I don't think the Templar Assassin is going to be able to fight into him. This game is so difficult for NoPing.
I mean, it really is. Dubu has his Aeon Disc back up. We've seen how crucial these Aeon Discs have been for saving some of these heroes in this game, and Lotus Orbs as well completed. it's been in a ridiculous series, honestly. Like these games have been so back and forth. Game number 5 is not disappointing in any way, and honestly, Tomato, if he gets this Abyssal Blade, you're in so much trouble here on the side of NoPing. Like this Bat Rider relying on that free movement speed.
He bought out on Tomato.
He did.
He's doing it again. If they can get him here, they win the game.
You would think, right? You
That's
would
what I
think. After everything we've seen, though, who knows, man? He needs to farm this buyback. I'm with you on this. I think he has to have buyback.
I don't like how they're grouped like they want to smoke up. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that you can leave the base right now on NoPing. I don't know what needs to happen correctly. I feel like you need to make a mistake on Undying. You got to bait somebody out or somehow catch Slark in an amazing way. They smoke up.
There it is.
This is scary.
Roshan is up. The 4th, most likely the final one of the game.
Yeah, they're wrapping around in the safest way possible where they can potentially catch out the enemies. They try to scan something out, so they think they're going to have to run through the mid lane with the smoke, but they're going around the long way.
Nice ward sentry placed up on the high ground. They run into Dark Mago. Arrow comes out. He gets the lasso off. He finds the Mirana. They're going to be able to take her down first without the buyback. That's a big one. Prowl stunning up these heroes in the middle of the arena, and they get out on pretty much everyone. The question is, Tomato, he's found Angel. He gets knocked into the pit, but he gets knocked right back. He doesn't really know where he's going. Angel trying to get out the meld, protecting him for the moment, but Prowl ends up taking him down. Tomato now looking for more, and it's gonna be Dark Mago on the Bat Rider, trying to be protected by Pandaboo here, up onto the high ground. It's gonna be enough, but the stacks, they're adding up here. Pandaboo gets that borrowed time. Dubu now trying to disengage, but you've got Tomato back into the fight. You lose the Ancient Apparition. Now Bat Rider continuing to be kept alive. The Glimmer Gates, but there's the vacuum. He gets them all. And now Oscar, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. It's gonna be all 4, potentially more for the side of NoPing as the Pouncing connects. He catches the Bat Rider 4-staff, gonna give him the space, but Tomato, he can't get away. The lasso comes out, holding him in place, but there's gonna be the Abyssal Blade. Tomato trying to run now. His team is left. They're not here.
Yeah. They don't want any part of this anymore, and unfortunately, the Templars have this buyback available now as well. If you end up going too far, you could just get baited. That's exactly what Dark Mago's trying to do. He's trying to bring Tomato by himself. I mean, you're forced to buy back on 2 heroes there. You're very lucky you buy back at the tail end of that team fight. It was on cooldown in the middle of it. It had just come up, and Dark Mago was forced to use it immediately.
My path leads.
Buyback coming off cooldown for both Saberlight and Bryle. Just going to be slightly short on gold here on the Void Spirit, but he can pick that up pretty quick here. I mean, this game is intense.
Yeah. 51 minutes here. Now 14k net with advantage for Undying. They managed to bring it back. It's just gotten harder and harder for them. This is going to be the big Roche. Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, Aghanim's Blessing.
Does anyone not have an Axe? I guess Ancient Apparition? Oh, okay, they can put it on the Mirana. It's actually not bad now that she has the Sacred Arrow talent.
Yeah.
There it is. Everything picked up. Saberlight grabbing the Refresher. Aghanim Scepter should make its way on over to Moon Meander here. And I mean, 14k gold lead here for the side of Undying. The Roshan advantage as well. I mean, this is as good a chance as you're going to get.
I feel like they had it pretty easy even before getting that Roshan. Now just waiting on these Aeon discs to come back up. 30 seconds left on Bryles, the most important one.
They have 5 buybacks available here on Undying, whereas NoPing currently 2, limited for another 6 minutes.
They just didn't have a choice in that last team fight. Had to buy back on Dark Mago. Otherwise, if they push her, they're forced to buy back on the Templar Assassin. Who, Angel, he hasn't really made any progress as far as items go in the last, like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes now. Stuck on the Swift Blink, BKB, Daedalus, Hurricane Pike.
Hasn't been a lot of options to farm. I mean, the map has just shrunk for the side of NoPing, losing fight after fight. He had to buy back once as well. I mean, it's a lot of economic damage. Tomato taking out the final tiers. Imagine it's pretty unbelievable. There's a tier 2 tower still in this game. 53 minutes.
Yeah.
AoE
nothing
surge.
defends.
Oh man, what a talent.
Yeah, and just keeps getting worse here for NoPing. And now your entire base exposed. Nothing going to prevent them from ending the game here. They've got 6 minutes and 20 seconds to do so with this Aegis. I'm just not sure how they exit the base. I mean, I was talking a little while ago about, potential Aghanim Scepter being picked up on the Templar Assassin to split push these waves. They're trying to take these fights 4v5, but you just don't have the money anymore. If you go the Aghanim Scepter right now, you don't have buyback, and he's had the sheep stick queued up for a pretty long time just because they lack the hard lockdown on the Slark. But like, even with the sheep stick, you can't burst him down fast enough. He's got 3,500 HP.
Dark Mago does have this Octarine Flaming Lasso cooldown, so it is a pretty low cooldown spell now this late in the game, which is really strong. Has an Aeon Disc he can combine at any time in his inventory. The Lasso, he actually finds the Slark, pulling him in. The Spear, Slark's dead. That's the first life. They finally got him. The question is, can they get more? Sableye Vacuum only really finds the Abaddon. The Will-O-Wisp comes out. They've got to be able to take this down. Pandaboo, that's going to be an Essence Shift battery here for the Slark. Well, he does manage to pounce out of that Will-O-Wisp. Ends up not getting that much, only 6 stacks.
But they managed to find the kill there. I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, abilities are going to be on cooldown for another, 24 seconds here on the Lasso. Mars, 60 seconds left here on this arena. A slip up there. Not quite reacting fast enough there on Tomato. You have to keep in mind, he's playing on ping, but Bryle? Ooh. He does have Aeon Disc available, but that was still a scary movement.
Deep breathing. My heart, it hurts.
I think all the viewers feel the same way right now. This game, it feels like at a moment's notice, everything could turn on its head.
I took my coat off like 20 minutes ago because I was sweating so much.
I'm imagining the players feel right now.
Arrow comes out, they get the Lasso, they find the Slark once again into the backside of the fight. Can they bring him down? No, Tomato. He gets the BKB off the attack. It begins the Mars. He goes down. Buyback is available. Pandaboo trying to get out the Force Staff. Not going to save him thanks to the Nullifier. And the Arrow to follow it up. He's got no buyback.
2 minutes and 50 seconds he's down for. I think they're trying to bait them into the tier 4s, but he buys back now on the Mars. Looks like everyone's going to get out.
Still available. They're looking for the TA. They pull her back. She's dead. The Ice Blast connects onto Oscar as well. She's going to buy back into the game. Saberlight just drops the wall. Bryle, he's got to get out of here. Makes it out with the Astral Step. Saberlight just too tanky for them to bring down that way. And they get the barracks. He eats that cheese.
And they got to be looking for more after this one. They know a lot of these abilities on cooldown, but you did pop all of your Aeon Discs here. Clark BKB on cooldown as well. It does have buyback available. They might just want to close this one out. They know they'd be at the advantage right now.
Slark, if he can find one of these heroes, I mean, Dark Mago, he's got this Lasso once again. He's waiting for that Dark Pact. He's going to go for it. He gets the Lasso once again. In comes Bryle on the Void Spirit. He stuns him all down to the backside of the vacuum, setting him up, knocking him down one by one. 4 heroes dead. Undying have finally done it as they close out the grand finals. Game number 5, the reverse sweep. It actually happened, neph.
8 games, Undying, looking like they were on shaky legs there after the first 2 games, but they end up being Lupet Pro Series 7 champions, and what a way to end it. 57 minutes, almost as long as the game that we started it all on today.
I mean, this is just a ridiculous day of Dota.
Yeah. I mean, it started out pretty well for Undying, and going back the way of NoPing Angel, he felt so incredibly fine, but eventually you just didn't have the damage to blow up Tomato anymore, and that lack of disable came back to bite you. They essentially had to try to catch Tomato inside only these lassos that try to follow up with spears. There was like too good of a Slark game, like you mentioned. They almost secured it, but Undying too good at cutting waves, too good at stalling out these games when they have to. It ended up bouncing right back, and eventually, just like the lack of disable for the Slark, these hero picks, it was too overwhelming advantage. Templar Assassin can't fight into the Darkseer, can't fight into the Slark, and the game ended up going the way of Undying. 3 games after being down 2. A hell of an impressive performance by Undying today.
Oh my gosh, was it? I mean, I'm honestly super impressed by NoPing. These guys, for playing as long as they did today, I mean, they still absolutely crushed it. And I mean, got to give credit where credit is due. I mean, they took out 4Zoomers, an incredibly strong team. They nearly took out Undying, forcing them to go to 5 games here in the grand finals. And as we know, I mean, Undying, they're going to TI. This is an incredibly strong team. We already knew NoPing was in good form from earlier today. I mean, this was an incredible grand finals. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Yeah. Exactly what I wanted as well. A hell of a long day. Now, we do have a post-game interview lined up with the carry player himself of Team Undying, Tomato. If
Oh,
you don't
dang.
mind.
Oh,
We
dang. All right, give me a second. Give me a second. I think we might be able to make that happen. All right. Go ahead and try and pull him in. All right, for those of you who want to see the bracket really quick, this is the journey that everyone has made on their way to this tournament, or on the way to the grand finals. NoPing dropping earlier in the tournament to Zoomers, coming back, beating them in the semifinals this morning, and then going to 5 games against Undying. Absolutely incredible performance from them. Oh my goodness. I am, sweaty boy. Sweaty boy right now. All right, Neff, how's it looking? We got the guy coming in. Oh boy, I see him. He's coming. Neff, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, that was just a test of making sure you knew he was muted. Tomato, congratulations on becoming the LoopBet Pro Series 7 champion. That was a hell of a long day.
Yeah, hello, thanks for having me. Yeah, it was a crazy series, very intense. So very good practice. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it ended up going a lot longer than a lot of people thought. You guys had the mental fortitude to end up doing reverse sweep onto NoPing there. I got to know, you guys, you have a lot of experienced players on your team. Is it like the calm voices that end up being like, okay, let's just reset. We can pull this together in the next game. We're going to go for a couple comfort picks. I think I saw like Moon Meander, Marana a lot after those first couple of games. You guys looked a lot cleaner when you were on game 3 and going onward. Do you think it was just
Yeah.
experience or?
Well, we honestly made a mistake, because like I think we had a bit of an edge on the rest of the teams this tournament. So coming toward the finals, we were a little cocky. So
Mhm.
game 1 and game 2, we are kind of like drafting some of the things we were testing, like a new patch, let's open up chain links, it worked in group stage, and then we got rolled over because NoPing is a good team, and they've improved a lot, and the play style that they play, it's very strong. Like if you don't read what they're doing and you don't understand it well, and they get away with it, you're gonna get rolled over, and we did. And I was a little emo after game 2. I thought I played the lane very well with Chuck, with the Grim. I thought we should have gotten more out of it. But then more and Doom, they kept saying, guys, this is a perfect moment to remind yourself this TI practice, high pressure, see if we can turn this around. Maybe we'll feel a little down right now, but that's the fun of the game, It's like you feel like everyone's like blaming us, like the betters are like, oh wow, this guy's so bad, win every game
They
to
don't
lose the
know anything.
finals.
Just kidding.
So then we went back to like, we reorganized our ideas, what we're gonna ban, what we're gonna let them have, what we're gonna prioritize picking, and what we're gonna play around. I ended up having last pick, I think the last 3 games. And
Mhm.
so we changed like the complete strategy. So yeah, I think that's where the dual and moon experience and brains come into play, because they calm down the cores
Mhm.
and they swap around the draft, and then they have a new approach, like 180 change all of a sudden. So yeah,
It
my
was
team's great.
it was honestly really noticeable. Like Neff and I were talking about it after like game 2 going to game 3 and then, progressing through the rest of the games. Like it definitely seemed like you guys, we're a different team. And it's really cool to see like that mentality of like, at the end of the day, like this is TI practice. It's still a high pressure situation. Like you're saying, like this is a really good team. NoPing. It seemed like they were struggling a little bit early on in the playoffs, but they definitely came back in full force today. And I mean, these were intense games. I just want to hear like the mindset of game 3 or game 5 from you guys. Like we knew Slark is just an intensely good pick here for you guys, and so a lot of this game is specifically on your shoulders. I mean, how do you keep it cool like in this scenario where a single lasso might be the end of the game?
I see. I mean, well, it's like the mentality of like you're walking down a rope and you see like you look down and you're like, oh, if I fall down, I'm gonna die. So just don't look down. Don't think about I'm gonna get last, I'm gonna die. Just like think what's gonna make you win,
Okay.
and tell your teammates, this is gonna win us the game and go for it. There's no time to like be like, guys, it's game 5. If we win, if we lose, no. It's like if you fall into that, then you're gonna choke. And I
Mm.
think both teams choked a little bit. Like this game 5, I think we kind of threw the early game. Like NoPing had some timing drops, like he's holding lanes with the TA and the Bad Rider last pick.
Mhm.
And like we're talking, like I'm telling you guys, if we get to mid game, we're gonna win. But then
Yeah.
people are just like choking all over it. So they're like, oh, we can take this fight, we can take this fight. They're like running in, NoPing gets Aegis. They probably have like 10,000 goldie or something like that. But they're also choking. That's a TI pressure. So they're like taking fights where they shouldn't have. If it was like some group stage, we probably lose the game because they play cleaner. But they would have like choked us out. But then they're like trying to punish us. They're trying to destroy us. That's like the game 5 pressure type of thing. You don't want to
Mm.
just win. You want to like we even threw like towards the end where like we kind of dive the Mars because there's no
Yeah.
buyback, guys, there's no buyback, and it's like Coddle, I'm screaming Coddle, Coddle, then Brawl dies, and then Silverlight dies, and we look up and it's like, guys, no one has buyback, it's only Moon and Slug.
Yeah.
It's like, relax, relax, they're not gonna end the game, they're not gonna end the game. So definitely makes it very fun and very memorable because there's like a lot of emotions. It comes down to how well you understand your teammates and the things you tell them because like I know some of the things I can tell my teammates that can make them like chill out and regain focus on what's gonna make us win the game. So
Mhm.
good practice. I
Yeah.
appreciate this tournament.
That is a hell of an explanation, and I've glanced into the mindset of all you guys and pro players because I understand a lot of people struggle to understand that inside the Twitch chat, spamming you out like you said, the angry betters who don't really get it. So thanks for that
Yeah.
that glimpse into your mind. I wanted to take a step back and go into draft and whatnot because we are on a new patch. I know you probably can't reveal too much. You're practicing for TI, but it seemed like you had what they wanted to do on No Ping figured out. You knew they rely on Dark Mago super heavily to make space in the early game, so you banned out the Omni Knight constantly to make it so he was forced to go more defensive items and be able to BKB and whatnot, and shut down his game. It looked like that was like your main focus when you started to turn things around on them, and that's how you won games 3 and 4. Is that something you discussed, or is it just like Omni Knight's too strong?
Yeah, I mean, I said after game one, I said yeah, after game one, I said please just ban the Omni Man because it was I mean they played this for Protect one, right? They put all the eggs in the Angel basket,
Hmm.
and so Dark Maul and like Oscar, they have like the team fights, Space Maker, like Mars, Tiny, Bad Rider, Ember, all these heroes.
Hmm.
And when Angel comes, because he's a good farmer, he's a good player, so he comes
Yeah, he
farm,
is.
he's strong, he hits his time, and he also has repel. It's like, no, we're gonna kill this guy, man. It's like, so we just banned the Omni from there. And yeah, I mean, we split up the tempo. We're kind of like picking Clink's mid and Jock safe lane. We wanted to even put the Clink's off lane at some point, and
I
we're like,
called
maybe you can
it.
put it off lane at the chin. But like, what are we doing, man? This like too greedy, too slow. We just got steamed over. Like the
Mhm.
Angel had like the gyro game. He had like when I look at the network, it's like it doubled my network. It was
Yeah.
insane. We were like
Yeah.
clearly doing something wrong from like picks and strategy wise. So
Mhm.
good to recognize it.
Yeah, it's a sign of a really good team that you guys were able to bounce back from that and recognize so quickly. And you don't even have to look at your replays. Instead, just midway through the series, we know, okay, this is what we're doing wrong. We're fixing that. So huge, kudos to you on being able to do that. Ricky, I'll allow you another question. What do you got for him?
I mean, I just wanna hear like what the future prep is gonna be like for you guys going into TI, right?
I
Like,
can't tell you
no,
that.
I mean
What
like,
do you mean?
no, I mean like not like
$40
reveals.
million tournament. Yeah, Tomato, give us the strategy.
No, like don't tell me like what your guys' strategies are, but like, are you guys like how's like the boot camp situation going and stuff like that?
We gotta figure it out. We're gonna bootcamp in September. I think a lot of teams are gonna start bootcamp in September in Romania, so we're gonna be doing the same. Definitely looking forward to that. We're gonna meet all of our teammates and see each other for the first time. Gotta thank the community for helping us out achieve it, and this tournament too, because we're gonna use the money to sponsor it. So thank you a lot, guys. And that's basically it. Right now we're like, I'm playing a lot of pubs. Like for me, TI season already started. So I'm like 14 pubs a day and stuff. Like I also wanted to like win this tournament, so I was like, I gotta get the most info I can. That's why I pull out the Stark. I know the PA against the Medusa, and Nothing, like run out with a little chill. I think the older guys they take a little more chill. They don't like it when I say they're older, but they're a little older. They're like two one, spending time with the wife. They gotta do their duty. But rest of us are just like grinding right now, and
Mhm.
that's gonna be it. We're gonna be at boot camp and we're gonna fix a lot of issues because it's so hard to fix some things when you're online. Like it's so frustrating to like playing a replay, but then we gotta like stream it, then the stream starts lagging, and then we're like clicking, and he doesn't see the thing I'm clicking, so it's like, can you see this? It's like, I can see your point, but I disagree. And having these type of conversations online, it's so frustrating. So it's definitely gonna be very different once we're all together in Romania. And very look forward to watching anime with Braille too. It's gonna be very fun, my boy.
There you
Mhm.
go.
Well, excited to see the weighted training clothes off of Tomato Uchiha. I can tell you that much. That's all the questions I have for you. Thanks again so much for explaining your mindset, joining us for this interview, and congratulations on winning. Ricky, Tomato, anything to say to close this one out?
I'm just gonna say, man, it's been a pleasure watching you guys play. I'm super excited to watch you guys at TI, but floor is yours, man.
Uh, Hope everyone enjoy the games, and I'm glad Dota keeps improving. Everyone keeps playing better each year, and I hope this game never dies. It's my favorite game ever. So I hope we put on a good show that you guys enjoyed. And thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for joining us, and again, congratulations to you and your team, and best of luck at boot camp, man. You guys have a blast.
Thank you very much.
Man, what a amazing interview. What an amazing interview. I honestly wouldn't have expected anything else.
I'm just a little bit surprised he went in so deep to the team mindset and whatnot, and explaining what was going through everybody's heads in that best of five. It's interesting to get a glimpse into that every so often. So thank you so much, Tomato and Undying, for giving us that information.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm glad they got the boot camp. They've been uh, the amount of skill on that team, and the fact they haven't gotten a chance to do a LAN yet, haven't had the chance to do a boot camp yet, is criminal. So I'm super happy for them moving forward, and happy that they won this tournament. I'd like to give a shout out to NoPing as well. So close, and not quite cinching that one out.
It honestly was such an amazing performance from them. I'm super impressed by everything that they did today, everything they managed to achieve through this tournament, taking Undying to 5 games. I mean, very few teams in the world can actually do that. So, don't keep your heads high, champs. You did good. Before we call it a night, though, I just want to say big thank you to LootBet, to Mate Mate for sponsoring this tournament, making it possible, keeping America's Dota alive. Big thank you to Beyond the Summit for hosting this, giving Neph and myself a place to come back, cast some incredible Dota 2. But before we go, one last shout out, LootBet. For those of you who don't know, you can head on over to bts.gg/LootBet and get a bonus 100% on your first deposit up to 200 euros. Make sure to take advantage of that while you still can. And Neph, that's it, man. We made it. All
We
the
did.
games they've come to an end, sir. I want you to just tell everyone final thoughts before we call it a night.
Awesome tournament, Summit throwing this one together. I imagine they're just built different, planning to have the playoffs in this new patch. Super privileged to be able to cast these first 7.30 games. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, supporting NASA Dota, and we'll see you next time.
That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the LootBet Pro Series Season 7. My name is rkryptic, and of course, Neph with me. We'll see y'all next time. Have a wonderful night.